I realize that I may be a day late and all because I watched this last night, but today I worked, I went to a movie, I watched a hockey game, and now I have time to talk about it. Last night I watched the season premiere of Gotham. Now, Gotham's one of those shows that I've got into, lost track of, got into, lost track of, gone back and forth on. It is a quality show. It is um, basically Smallville on network TV. Smallville told the story about Superman before he was Superman. This one's telling the story of Batman before he's Batman. And they've already said we'll never see him as Batman. Now there's rumors and rumblings we may see him as Batman. So, what was good in the episode? The continued development of Catwoman was good, and yet I'm not sure what she's getting out of this alignment with Fish other than not dead. Um, I understood her being mean to Bruce because Bruce was kind of a dick to her at numerous points last year. Basically, over the course of the series, Bruce hasn't been very nice to Selena Kyle, and I can really understand why she resents him. The kid that plays Bruce Wayne is good at it. He is perfect casting. Sean Pertwee as Alfred is good at getting his ass kicked. The end of last night's episode, I'm like, seriously, Alfred's getting his ass kicked again. Oh man, you have one job, protect Bruce Wayne. You're so bad at it. He's kidnapped again. Um, and the guy who kidnapped him looked like Nightwing. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Well, Nightwing's kidnapping Batman. That's meta. That's cool. Um, I thought the metahumans were okay. Uh, I'm not sure with this season being called Mad City, and clearly it's going to be about all the Doctor Strange creatures running amok in the city. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad development yet. I'm still on the fence with that. Um, I love Penguin. Penguin is amazing. The Sirens nightclub, run by girls for girls, kind of thing. Interesting idea. I get a kick out of pretty much anything that Jim's ex is involved in. I find her fascinating. Jessica Lucas, though, who's playing her like love interest girlfriend, I'm really surprised she's still on the show. I thought they were going to kill her off last year because I felt like if there was a character arc for her, it's done, and she's still on the show, which is kind of odd. Jim, as this bounty hunter thing, I don't know. To me, it just feels like they're stringing out Jim Gordon as much as possible to hide the fact that he's going to be commissioner. He is going to be the one calling the shots. Um, when the guy in charge makes a joke about, oh, you're going to give me a heart attack, and then you see him kind of, as they leave the office, like, oh, my heart. I'm like, okay, so that's like foreshadowing with a club, um, that his health isn't very good and he's going to go down. I still can't stand Fish Mooney. I honestly don't want her on the show, and it detracts from the show that she's so hammy. And that's saying something when you have Penguin on the show, that I'm complaining about somebody else being hammy, and you've got Riddler on the show, and I'm still complaining about Fish Mooney being hammy. I don't care about the power she has. I don't care that she's leading this group of misfits and basically the island of misfit toys under her control. I don't care. I don't like Fish. I agree that the fact that Jada Pinkett is in the DC universe and so is Will Smith, it's cute, it's fantastic, but I really was hoping that they were going to get rid of her and that they do something more with Mr. Freeze, and they didn't. And there seems to be a lot of characters that come and go on this show. The kid that was Joker being a good example of that. I hope that Ivy as a full-grown woman, I thought that was tacked on. When they did a preview and they said, oh, look who's playing Poison Ivy this year, and it's this sexy young woman, I'm like, okay, she's a kid. And then as soon as I see this guy, like, taking years away from people, basically the human equivalent of the machine in Princess Bride, I've just taken a year off your life. How do you feel? I think, if he talked that way, it might be more interesting. It just seems to like there's too many freaks at once right now, and his power is a little convenient to make Poison Ivy an adult woman now. But and then the thought occurred to me of, oh geez, what if they do this with Bruce? What if this ends up being what they do with Bruce just to bring Batman into the show? What like, and odds are they don't, but and the doppelganger for Bruce, I I see that and I think of the old plot device. Okay, every soap opera's done this storyline where the doppelganger shows up and takes over. Meaning this doppelganger for Bruce eventually is going to switch places with Bruce. He's going to be Bruce, but he's not Bruce. When is Alfred going to figure out that he's not Bruce Wayne and Bruce Wayne is captured and he's got a clock that says he's got 30 seconds left to live and Jim Gordon's running down to save Bruce and Alfred's running with him. I can already see where this is going. This is not a good thing. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they go somewhere else with this storyline. But you can already see that he's jealous of the fact that Selina talks to Bruce. And who's Bruce? And it's like, oh, really? Please don't do this storyline. Please. It's so cliched. And they're not killing off Batman. You know that. This isn't like with Superman where you can have Bizarro come in and everything's backwards. Which, is a cool storyline. I love Bizarro. And when they had a chance to do it right on Smallville, they kind of botched it. And I'm hoping Gotham doesn't fumble on this one, because Gotham has been a pretty solid show. I sometimes miss episodes because I'm not as into it as I am into some of the other shows I watch. But this was a good episode. The Lee storyline clearly isn't done. If Lee isn't under some weird control, mind control, whatever, there's going to be some storyline where Lee ends up coming back. Likely when Jim goes back with the crazy ex, and then Lee will show up. That's where I figure it's headed. A lot of storylines that could very well go very soap opera like. I hope not, but it certainly looks like that could happen. And they're hinting that Selina Kyle, they're going to transition her out of the teenage Selina and into adult Catwoman, which makes sense since the actress I think is 17 right now, so she is getting to that point where they can make her the full-fledged Catwoman. They've given her kind of the look. I just wish they get her away from Fish and with Penguin. You can have some really good storytelling of Penguin and Catwoman. I submit for your approval Batman Returns from 1980. No, 19. Batman, I think, was 87, and Batman Returns was 89, if I remember correctly. But yes, it was good. I will continue to watch. I will definitely do more summaries as this season moves along. It is usually the third season where any superhero-themed show will really hit its stride. And there's a lot of indications here that it could. I just hope that I'm wrong about Doppelganger Bruce and the menage or whatever that Jim could end up getting in with Lee and Crazy X, who's very entertaining, and I hope they don't make her not crazy anytime soon, because she's very entertaining. When she used tears and a woman's weakness to cause the mafia-style guys to drop their guard and then kill the couple, that was pretty cool. No, she wasn't directly responsible. Yeah, no, she was. She got them to drop their guard, and then they got killed. So she was directly involved, even if she wasn't the one that slit anybody's throat. And an interesting point, too, when I was watching Gotham last night, and there was 3 deaths in the episode, I think. And I'm thinking, where does Gotham bury all the bodies? There has to be a gigantic mountain of bodies, either in the water, just off, like Dexter style, just off the coast, or there's a graveyard somewhere that is just filled to the brim. Where did they bury everybody? Because they kill a lot of people and nobody ever seems to go to jail for it. So anyways, just one of those thoughts that occurred to me. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with more videos later. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And thanks for your support.